Welcome to another Killshot Tournament Season 1, and I am Longshot.
And I am Kaleido.
And we're going to be casting this 1v1 between Evenge. He's actually going to be a random player, spawning as Terran in the bottom left-hand corner in Xel'Naga Caverns. And his opponent is that big fuzzy panda. That's right, gfGPanda, spawning also as Terran. He is a high-level ranking Platinum player. And he's going to be spawning as Terran in the top right-hand corner of this map. So we're going to be having some TVT action right now.
Yeah, indeed. TVT on this map I actually love. Xel'Naga Caverns has so many wonderful choke points where you can put your siege tanks. There's so much positioning involved for a TVT matchup here, and there's so many like cliffs and spaces where drops are so deadly. So it makes the matches very organic and very interesting to watch. Definitely,
and you know they have many different options, especially it being Terran versus Terran. I mean, they could swap buildings fairly quickly with either going a 1-1-1 build or having a lot of tanks and a lot of bio early on. I mean, there's a lot of mobility there too. I mean, and you also go to Cloak Banshees drop. I mean, you said it all, man. Seriously, it's gonna be an epic matchup.
Absolutely, Terran probably has the most options for openers, so TVT is also interesting because of that, because we end up seeing a lot of different options when people open up, and many different builds, and people get dramatically different advantages based on what they pick on to build to start.
Yeah, and I find this interesting that gfGPanda is actually going to be getting his gas fairly early in comparison to Evenge, and but he does throw down his gas a little bit late, but they haven't decided to get their orbital command yet, even though it's almost near that time to get it. Right now, gfGPanda, I guess, is going to be... Is he going to block? Is he going to block this? No. Wait, what is going on? I guess he's doing a little bit of dancing with his SCV. I guess he really wants to start popping off shots on that other SCV in the front, but he's not going to be getting it. So...
Yeah, he had an opening there, and he was definitely looking at the worker because he was moving it. I don't know why he didn't just poke into the base and check this gas timing and check the orbital timing too. Like, there's almost no reason to do that. If you see the barracks lift up, that's a freebie. You get the scout for longer.
Yeah.
But I think he was too occupied trying to harass this worker, which I think is a mistake.
Whoa! We have supply depots being dropped. That's interesting. We got Evenge.
That's a little unorthodox. I mean, usually you want that mule really badly.
Yeah, this is a little bit different, so the income's going to be severely different. I mean, you can tell by Evenge having even one extra SCV. I mean, he's got that one mule in the front, really throwing down like 200 extra minerals in his bank. So right now, that's a pretty big advantage for Panda.
Absolutely, it's pretty huge, especially in TVT, because you're working with the same exact buildings and possibilities for units, that if you can get a slight income advantage, you're actually way far ahead. So I think it's a huge mistake to not be dropping mules.
I completely agree. I mean, but I do have a question for you. So, say I'm Terran, and I throw down 2 racks, but I'm getting my reactor first. What is that initially for?
I assume he's worried about some sort of early pressure, or he wants to apply some sort of early pressure. But as I say that, he drops his command center, so obviously he just wants to defend with a lot of Marines early on. I don't necessarily agree with this, because it's usually better to get your tech lab first, because you want the upgrades faster, especially Stim. I mean, Stim is so important to have on these Marines early on. But I don't know, we're gonna have to see how this plays out, because he just really wants these Marines early on.
That's right. And speaking of early Marines, I guess gfPanda really wants that tech build, because right now he's going to be lifting off both his factory and starport, possibly going to be getting some cloaked banshees. I mean, he does have the double gas right now, and as well as Evenge does too. But having used those mules early on in the game has definitely put him in the advantage of getting out these earlier tech units.
Right, you can even see in the food counts he's just slowly pulling a little bit ahead, and that's just the difference. We're only 6 minutes in this game. There hasn't even been an engagement at all, but he's slowly pulling ahead because he has this slight economic lead here.
Yeah, and I'm kind of wondering what Panda's thoughts are to see these 2 supply depots with supply on top of it. I don't know if that's like a tell or something. It would be like, oh my gosh, you didn't use a mule, or
Yeah, he must be a little confused. If he even noticed this, he must be wondering why that happened. And especially, Evenge still has not dropped a single mule. He's only using this this supply drop. I don't know if he's trying to save minerals to get a couple extra marines, so he doesn't have to build more supply depots. But I mean, I think that's a critical mistake.
It is, and this is very unorthodox for a Terran player to do this. Usually this is like a security net, if I could say that, for Terrans to not be supply blocked in a sense. But we've got this one little Hellion up in the front right here, and we also have an SEV, but it looks like that Hellion is gonna block it. Oh, he blocks the expansion from going
very
down.
Nice move.
Oh man,
Evenge hasn't moved down his army from the top here, and gfGPanda gets to freely prevent the expo here. This is actually really, really good. I really like this placement here.
Oh man.
And here comes the Banshee too.
Yep, the Banshee, and it has its cloak. Got about half of its energy, so just in case. But that one missile turn is gonna thwart it off, you know, pushing it away. But I believe, oh, he throws down the scan. Is he gonna get it? Oh no, the Banshee just chilling right now. He's like, all right, let me take my time.
Not only that, but he canceled the cloak as soon as the scan went off. That's really nice because he's saving all this energy so he can poke in later. I really like this play by gfGPanda. He's really controlling this game right now.
Yeah, he's definitely in map control. He's also got another Banshee up to the north of Avenge's base, but the fact that he's hindering this expansion from going down with just this one Hellion, I mean, this hero Hellion, even though he does go down, definitely delayed the amount of time that Evenge could be mining from this second base.
Absolutely, he actually delayed this so much. It was about a minute and a half. And
oh, he throws down those mules. So
finally,
now
we see some mules.
Yeah.
The issue here is he is supply blocked, and he can't supply drop anymore because he only built 2 supply depots this whole entire game.
Yeah, that's a very interesting play. I mean, he really needs to throw it, which he is. He's going to be throwing down 2-3 more supply depots. But I think this is a critical mistake for people that are new to Terran. Is normally what they do is they take one SCV and they shift build. And this is very bad in a sense of using your economy efficiently. Because during that time, you know, he's actually, I don't know how much supply depots are. I think there's like 100 each, right?
100, yeah.
Yeah, so he's actually already used 300, but he doesn't have the supply for it yet. So he isn't using his economy efficiently in a sense of taking three SCVs, putting down 3, and be done with it, and finally get back into the game. Whereas you're waiting each particular supply depot to give down, you know, and you're just waiting. As you can see, he's still supply blocked, even though he keeps on throwing down each supply depot. So,
I definitely agree with that. In the sense that, you know, you can't. If you're supply blocked, you should drag at least 2 SCVs off of mining and build 2 supply depots right then and there, because you're gonna need the supply to catch up and then the extra supply to build more stuff. But you definitely shouldn't shift click any buildings, for the pure reason that, yeah, as you said, all that money that's in your bank goes away when you place the building down, but then it's not being built for way longer, and that's just money that's lost that you could be building anything else.
Yeah, and also I think he needs to build also another barracks as well, or make another tech lab on his factory, because right now he is putting he had initially 3 upgrades on his tech lab. He had the concussive shells, the stim, and the shields all on one, and he's really putting that in. And right now we do have a little bit of engagement.
Queuing up upgrades for sure is very, very bad. Yeah, we're gonna see a little engagement between this one singular Banshee and a bunch of Marine Marauder.
But this Banshee's doing a